From CNN.com, Supreme Court allows Texas to begin enforcing controversial immigration law. The Supreme Court on Tuesday cleared the way for Texas to immediately begin enforcing a controversial immigration law that allows state officials to arrest and detain people they suspect of entering the country illegally. The court's 3 liberals dissented. Legal challenges to the law are ongoing at a federal appeals court, but the decision hands a significant yet temporary win to Texas, which has been battling the Biden administration over immigration policy. The court has been blocking the law from taking effect, issuing an indefinite pause on the proceedings a day earlier, which was wiped away by Tuesday's order. Senate Bill 4, signed into law by Greg Abbott in December, makes entering Texas illegally a state crime and allows state judges to order immigrants to be deported. Immigration enforcement generally is a function of the federal government. So this is huge, a major victory for Texas, but at the same time, Univision is reporting Mexico says it will not accept migrants repatriated by Texas after the controversial SB 4 law comes into force. I just love this. They will send these people to the United States. They're not sending their best. And if Texas says, no, that's illegal to do that, they go, too bad, we won't take them.
Right. Well, what's funny about that, too, the CNN article referring to the bill as controversial. It's like, what seems more controversial is probably abandoning the federal
border
laws, constitutional duty to actually protect the American people. That's a pretty big joke, but I think Mexico really just sees that the Biden administration doesn't have Texas's back. So why would they accept?
You think that they got a call from the administration? Do you think the administration called and said, "Hey, we're not happy about this decision. Maybe you should"?
I don't know that I
refuse.
think that they did, but it wouldn't surprise me. Any kind of theory like that is gone are the days where I'm going to be like, oh, they wouldn't do that. That ship has sailed a long time ago. So maybe I don't think of a particular conspiracy, or maybe I'm not, I don't have a full idea of how it might happen, but the possibility is more than just,
so what are they going to do? They're going to have this zone where they all wait in with little tents and
keep
a
shipping
little
them into Chicago, into New York.
Yeah,
just keep shipping them.
Also, the situation is so past just sabotage at the southern border that none of this would be surprising if they actually made a call, said, "Hey, just don't even go about this because we have an agenda here. We're trying to work on something. We're trying to import 10 million illegal immigrants into the country." That would probably interfere a little bit.
What Mexico is saying about not accepting these people is actually really bad for Democrats. To say we will not accept illegal immigrants that we sent to you is basically like, hey, it's your problem now statement. Americans are going to see that and they're going to realize, wait a minute. They're coming through your country and from your country, but you don't want them back? Now, how could they say no, but we have to say yes? If anything, the smart move would, if the administration, Biden administration actually called Mexico, they'd say something like, these are good people and we welcome them to stay if they want to, and things like that, and then reject them. To come out and say no is just, it shows the hypocrisy.
If even Mexico doesn't want the people back, I mean, what does that say about who we're bringing into the country?
If you look at immigration laws from countries around the globe, the United States immigration system is a complete basket case. It's a mess. And Mexico has laws like you have to be a Mexican citizen to purchase property and stuff like that. There's all kinds of weird laws that other countries have, or that the U.S. doesn't come close to even having. The border that we have, the border situation that we have here is basically it's unique in the world, and it's something that Americans don't realize. People in the U.S. think that other countries are very welcoming to immigrants and other countries are blah blah blah. They have no idea that the United States is extremely not racist. The rest of the world is way more exclusionary than the United States is.
The weird thing about that though is you have these people coming from all over. They're not just coming from Mexico. They're coming from the Horn of Africa. They're coming from Venezuela. They're coming from China. They're coming from Iran, everywhere. So if you have them coming from there, so I can understand if they're crossing from the Mexican border, they're saying, we don't want these people. They're talking, it's not just Mexicans that they're not returning. Right, there's Hondurans. So I could see them saying, okay, they crossed your border, but they're not from our country. We're not taking them. I kind of get that part.
It definitely makes sense. I mean, we do know that the majority actually are not Mexican. I don't believe, the recent numbers have showed the majority.
Venezuelan,
Yeah. So, but they are traveling through Mexico, and there's absolutely no pressure on Mexico to get it under control. That's Donald Trump actually put pressure on Mexico to make sure that they were, getting that under control when it comes to preventing people from making it through Mexico or certainly making it through the southern border.
I mean, it's clearly an organized operation, right? Like these caravans that are set up. They're I don't know about funding or anything like that, but you know that there are aid groups that are making sure these people have
Catholic charities.
Yeah, places where they can stop and get food and get water, because it's a long ass walk from South America all the way through Mexico and stuff. So, and they're getting rides and stuff like that as well there. But this is not a situation where it's just people saying, "Oh, I'm going to go ahead and get my happy little butt to South America, and then me and a bunch of people are just going to do it." It's like these are organized, literally organized caravans bringing people to the U.S. border.
I'm not even mad at Mexico to a point, because of the crisis on our border, because we're letting all these people in, because the whole world knows it's open season, right? They have all these people coming to their country first, maybe trashing it, taking, I'm sure it's annoying for them as well.
No, it totally is. But they're well aware that they're making it up to the United States, and that's why they're allowing it. If Mexico was the destination, they would be more strict on it. Obviously, they are well aware that these migrants, these illegal immigrants, are trying to break into the United States.
But like I said, that's still got to be annoying for them.
They're not sending their best.
That's true.
That's true. That's
Venezuela reportedly is releasing criminals from their prisons, and the speculation is that they're then saying to these people, like, if you want to stay out of prison, you have to leave. Go to the United States.
That's some stuff that historically socialist countries have done multiple times. Go ahead and empty out their prisons and send them off to countries that tend to be, free, liberal, capitalist societies. So that way they can just wreak havoc. It's an actual plan by subversive communists.
It's actually pretty smart, isn't it? Like, we have all these dangerous people in our country. We can get rid of them, and the United States, like half the country, is going to be bringing them in with open arms. What a joke.
And giving them money.
It's a win-win for the countries that are doing that.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then they come in and they try to destabilize, at least the people that are motivated. They come in and they try to destabilize the government or the society that exists currently.
I could only imagine the propaganda now, though. Like, we're not letting them in, and Mexico's not letting them in. There's all these people in this empty zone there, families or kids, and they'll only show you the women and children, right? And it'll be just propaganda, like, look at these poor people, now they've got nowhere to go, they're stuck in this in between space,
tugging at the heartstrings of liberal white women.
It's 100% what's going to happen.
Right.
Yep. But I wonder, I do, because you've got there's this viral video. I haven't fact checked or anything, so fact check me on this one. But there's apparently this illegal immigrant telling all the other illegal immigrants to go and start squatting in houses in states that have squatters' rights, because now there's free houses. So basically, what we're seeing now is one of the stories maybe we'll get to today is a woman goes to her house that she inherited from her parents and they died. Squatters are in it. When she calls the cops, she gets arrested.
Yeah,
this is where we're going. 30-day squatters' rights in West Virginia. It's 15 years. In West Virginia, you got to squat for 15 years to try and get any kind of adverse possession. In New York, it's 30 days.
I think New York has the strongest. I mean, not New York. New Jersey has the strongest one, and it's 21 years or something. Really,
21. What's gonna happen is these illegal immigrants are gonna look on Zillow for rental or sale properties.
Yeah,
that are vacant.
Here's what's crazy. Right, they're vacant, and all they have to do is get some kind of bill that they can make themselves. And then when the cops show up, they just be like, no, look. And the cops go, okay. And they leave.
I actually looked into this
is mine now.
Yep.
I looked into this morning. Even fake leases. If they draw up their own fake lease, right? With somebody else's signature, then it has to go through the landlord-tenant process, which could take up to 2 years. Imagine if you're still paying a mortgage on that property.
Right. You're bankrupting yourself.
Yeah, people can't afford. Your average person that has, if you're trying to start something, you have one rental property, you're trying to get yourself out of a regular job or whatever, you can't afford to not get paid. This is
coming for Airbnb.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
All that's going to happen is they're gonna say, hey, I want to rent this place, right? January 5th, they say, I want to rent this place. And they go, sure. They rent it, show up, and leave.
That actually happened to an Airbnb person.
A month later, they show up, enter the property, and then they stay. And when the Airbnb says, wait, there's someone living here, they go, no, I paid rent. Then when they call the police, they say, look like I paid rent. I have a receipt for rent I paid. I've been here the whole time. I've been here for 30 days. They can't kick me out.
They can switch the utilities into their name too without it triggering anything.
The craziest thing about this, I think, is it's affecting, homeowners, right? It's not affecting the general population.
I disagree about that. Go ahead, though.
You think so?
I do.
Because when it comes to the people that are outraged about this, yeah, it's going to be a homeowner, but how many thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people are voting and not even keeping that in mind if they're on the left?
Yeah, tons of them. I disagree that it's not affecting the average person. There's something that Serge said before we started. He was talking about when violent crime starts happening, then things break down really, really fast. When there's no repercussions for violent crime. And additionally, when there are no repercussions for property crime, people stop caring about ownership. And ownership is literally the gasoline that's in an economy. The only reason people engage in productive activity is because they're doing it so that way they can provide for themselves, so they can provide for their family, so they can feed themselves, pay their bills, and hopefully, get ahead. That's the idea. If you don't have the ability to own property and you can't buy stuff or save your money and someone will just take it away from you, that is a massive disincentive. And the things that are going on in New York right now, New York with Donald Trump, it's
the
big,
same thing.
Yeah, it's big and flashy, and the average person thinks that doesn't apply to me.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.